about there. I'll tell you this. Inspiration is one of the most underutilized things and the most heavily scrutinized, but it's honestly one of the best blessings you can ever have in your goddamn life. The girl Savannah Brown is cute, but goddamn, what she could cook a steak, very well done, and very well done. So I'm not trying to cause enemies, cut corners, or cut problems, or stab problems, but but fuck it, I'm gonna do my own. Alright, effectively saying, hey my boy, take it easy now. Alright, so Mishina Bokia Tenishinishoko. Basine no Isine Shishina Bakin. So, to be honest with you, I don't really have a game plan or a story or something even on this computer compared to literally what you're seeing right there. They might as well be fucking mirrored. Allow me to get a little bit comfortable with my new voices and all the new heads and all that kind of shit. A lot of you may be wondering, like, what the fuck is this dude even talking about? I'm like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And, well, effectively, we're trying to figure out together. And now you know the purpose of the camera over here compared to the camera over here. When I'm addressing you directly, boom. When I'm not, kabam. Now imagine this is like another dimension over here that I'm talking to. Another reality, perhaps. And then this is a reality that we all commonly share and associate with. That's currently, maybe, a little bit too much on fire. So, how about some music, eh? Well, Kuruma was essentially like, you want to play my playlist? And I'm like, no, we're playing this one for a good reason. Don't even worry about it, bro. We're trying to find our way back home. And the funny part about this is like, I have my ukulele right here, but really it's a banjo, but technically it's a shami, no, well, technically it's a dulcimer. But I mean, it's literally right behind me if you really want them, but that's kind of the funny part about this entire notion. It can be anything, just as life can be anything, and you can really throw it out there and kind of see who baits on the line. So, and it's the perfect one too, which is fucking hilarious. Regardless, should be a Kyoto, well, effectively be a good boy and listen to some music, but don't disrupt the audio, eh? And that's me talking to my wife, effectively saying like, well, I'm gonna be a sweaty pig after I just took a shower after this one, but it'll be well worth it, trust me. Excuse the interruptions, we're just kind of getting started. The first one me doing this, so obviously I don't have a really set game plan. Eventually I would love to open up a Patreon, but strictly just to have questions to be answered. Potentially, who the fuck knows? It's a pretty magical experience. Remember, I'm talking to you, not you. So sometime in the future, if I choose to like continue it, you know, yeah, of course I will, but how can I not do this? It's fucking fantastic. Anyway, well, a samurai wouldn't lose. Effectively, the quote was, a samurai wouldn't leave home without his sword, so I wouldn't leave my life without doing at least this. That's a good one. What? It records until it records, and then it doesn't. If you really want to record the record, you record that, and then you do your whole thing. But sadly, we don't have a professional video camera, nor do I want one. I just want an iPhone with more space and a bricked up memory system. So what are you gonna do? Anyway, play some music, B. Well, I'm sorry, boss. Be careful. Some people can't handle the tang of bug. Okay, yeah, I can do that one. How about a little bit of music just to kind of ease the tension for at least myself? You know, alcohol can only do so much. Haha, wink wink, nudge nudge. But Hentai Desu, Way Back Home. Great song. That's fun. purpose. Just to have fun. Hey, poshineta, you know, shamisen guy, but you are a good start. And technically, you might be a gift, so be very careful. Everything in this life has life. Be careful with it. Even a mosquito that was swarming around your fucking sake. It's not sake, it's soju. But like, you know, you're just trying to get a little sip. So what are you going to do? I'll tell you. The thing you really need, sir, is a good track to just keep it going in your mind and then just to let go. This is an act of channeling, sir. An act of channeling. And you don't want to be too lost in your own sauce, now do you? That's all I'm saying, man. It's a great fucking song, but yeah, that's crazy. Abajo sone, sonosoto, shene, woko sene, boso ko sone shobakyo sonopota, isanakia, bosonoko, haisanata. Perfectly said. There you go. Alright, we're gonna rock it here. Bear, 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 bear. I'll give you guys a little bit of treat. Bapo isinishina ikiapo. Sinikiato shinebi sinesineta. You're looking at the duck, but I'm really supposed to be talking to you. Air breezes in, and I'm kind of breezing out. But alcohol is good to an extent, but it's never good forever. Everything eventually grows stale. That grows more sour, and you just a little bit more sweet. But what? This guy's like, dude, go off. Do you have any idea what I'm doing right now? It's kind of funny. Literally channeling the universe, and it's pretty fucking sick. Now, how do you do this, one would ask? You have a good mental illness. In fact, several of them. And unbridled self-confidence and insanity, but I like to call it madness, because why? Man, I've never been more happy. Welcome to Kikyoiki, or whatever the fuck I want to call it. You know, for now it's called cloud spotting, but it's a great parable or analogy or metaphor, cloud spotting, for looking at something and saying, what do you see in that, and it being true, because it's what you see it, and it's a reflection of you. I don't want to shatter your reality, but the universe is a lot more magical than we let on. A lot of people think I'm living in 2042. I'm like, dude, I'm living in 1996, trying to capture my kid-like kicks. Oh my God, those purple shits. You know, I painted this wall right here for them, but I have to cover them up because adulthood really does fucking suck. So raise your glass. And if you do call me crazy, be like Mike Wazowski and at least insult me correctly, or whatever the fuck that guy said. And that is the grand question. Do I want to do edits? Because the funny thing is, I can just keep this one song rocking and you'll feel it. You'll feel the quotes timing. So let's give you an example. Chapakia. Homeboy's like, buddy, you better be recording. I'm like, I am. Chill out. Have a little faith, guy. Check the camera if you really want to. Yeah. Hey, okay, you're good. Okay. I'll tell you this. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's what the alcohol's for. And what? Clear your chest. Open up your heart. Take the fruit of life that Adam and Eve once had, or at least we'll say they did, and instead of eating it, just lick that skin. What did Robin Williams say in The Princess Diaries? Exactly. He said, don't choke on the marrow of life. Simply suck the sap between the bones. And I was gonna say between the stones, and it's a dick reference, but you know, he's more Batman to my Robin. So cheers to that guy. Welcome to Death's Diary, or Death's Note, but that's a little bit too exactly. So we're not gonna really do that. I'm also a prop comedy. It's an interesting one. Not a comic, but I do like a joke. How about that? And the important part is, don't drink too much, or else you get a little too lost in the sauce. Because, and no. Alright. And the most important thing I have to say, Jordan, is like, you can't restart it. once you start the motion, it keeps on going because the universe is like, you finally got the tracks on. You know, you finally put your shoes on and you're starting to build momentum. Fucking keep it going, bro. Keep it going. And it's funny because I'm aware of finding my own purpose. It doesn't just kind of fall upon me and you figure it out 15 years down the line, 10 years down the line. It falls within your own purpose and you're aware of it. You figured it out and I'm very proud of you, sir. So congratulations, pat yourself on the yak and then take a shot, but of the right one in fact. And that's on left. But camera, stage, exactly, right. Metaphorical actors and method of man. Let's start there. And this is where this comes in handy. I'm gonna open up a little note tab. Metaphorical actors. Actors. ¿Y cómo puedo decir actors? Actors. Methods of man. Okay, ¿cómo es iniciado esta noción? The first question of existence. You know, the first oval or answer of life. And notice how easy it really is just to turn down the volume and not go too fast. Remember, I take my medication, I get my sleep, and I don't do drugs. I just sip a little bit and sing a little bit. And isn't that just nice of a man who loves weddings and funerals? The birth of love and the start of death. How dare you take away my joy? But honestly, it's okay. It was never meant to be mine in the first place. And then my wife's like, he's so poetic. My wife is actually life because I'm technically deaf. Whether you believe it or not, you know, oogie boogie. But that's kind of your bit. That's kind of your bag, rather my bit, is what I mean to say. Anyway, I'm going to be over here for 2 seconds. Metaphorical actors, methods of man. So, they're wondering if this is some grand scheme, if this is some plot, or if this is some cult leader shit. And I'm like, technically, all 3 of those are correct. But the 4th one is where it really gets interesting. Methods of man. How did you learn to do this? It was my life's purpose, technically. I always said, and life will have a very cool way of ironically slapping you in the face with your own cock, making you come, and all of a sudden you're like, damn, I'm gay as shit. Happy Pride. If that makes any sense, then this next statement will. It was always meant to be, for me, my bag, and I'm happy to go be chasing it. Even if it's a dog, not chasing a car, but honestly his own tail. And the key word is tail. As much as he's going in a circle, it is a good story for him. To be continued. Okay, Saika. Slow down. Doughboy. Oh. Alright. Kuruma said, you know, you gotta be careful, chunky. And I'm like, I'm not chunky anymore. He's like, well, you never were in the first place. Effectively saying, you never were crazy, you're just a little bit different. You know, papa is in a shopoko. And then that's my daughter effectively saying, like, well, my dad's really not crazy. He's just a little bit different. I'm like, dude, built different, thinking different, and Ford tough, but I did take a bite of the apple a long time ago. And maybe, baby, we'll get to that story. Let's say 10 o'clock is when I'll end. I don't know. When I feel it. When I feel the universe go like, boop. Okay, now edit it. Well, you're missing the point. It's not about how much is recorded and how much people see. It's about how much you hear and how much you are here. So here. You don't even fucking know, man. You didn't fucking know. You ain't even about this life. You about this life. I'm trying to show you this life. But you want that life. And I'm like, fucking whatever, guy. I want that life, definitely that life. That life's pretty alright. That life is me. And then that life, you don't get to know. I'm sorry, you can't see. Chipikiao. What? 2 space cowboys. You pushinekia. And you see, the funny thing is, I have always done this. It's just been behind closed doors. And the door is literally closed. But, you know, the closet's a little bit open. Happy Pride. Not gay, just a little bit queer. But we'll talk to that shit later. The more important point that I'm trying to get to within those statements is this. 3 things, actually. The 3 things are, babe, can you remind me? What the main reason behind your show is to open up. Imagine this room, small room, is the turtle shell, and he's finally starting a podcast by himself. It's fucking crazy. It's not necessarily called Kiki Yoiki. To celebrate the life, honor, and respect of Trey Brooks, I'll call it Dolo. But honestly, dude, it goes even beyond that. The funny part is I wear a t-shirt eventually that says, let's start a cult. I'm really good at it. And the funny part is, like, depending on where it goes, it's kind of wherever you want it to lead. But can you follow my mystery machine? Who knows? Let me show you this. This is a really cool magic trick. Pick and choose. Okay, you chose this one. Fantastic. Pick and choose. I thought you chose this one. It's fantastic. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter. But what I'm doing... Aha! Found it. Got it. This is the 3rd thing. Because I showed you. I told you. I showed you. Showed you. Ah, go away. See, that was a good joke. I showed you. 1, 2. What was the 3rd thing? And if you remember from earlier, I told you it could be anything. It could be anything in this room. So what I'm doing is technically channeling what we'll call purple heads, or at least traditionally I call purple heads, people's fan mails, requests, text messages, etc., their messages to me. I'm answering them in real time and recording it compared to just kind of telling them in the ether. If you can't believe me, imagine Earth is like this little dome, not flat, but my drink isn't. And then there's so much outside of it that I can connect to. I'm trying to figure it out myself, but like, let's just say there's aliens on another planet that are watching through my eyes, and they're just like, I have a question for you, and I'm like, what's up, man? And they're like, banana? And I'm like, banana, 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 but banana, banana. And then they're like, damn, that's a really good answer. I'm like, banana, banana. I told you. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? And that's kind of the whole point. So, regardless of if it's for you for now, this is one of the best things that I can do, because it's a joke and a magic trick that doesn't land until like 2042. All of my art, and I'll tell you this very sincerely, all of my art is timeless, and that's the joke about it. You can look at it 2 seconds later or 50 years later, and you will see different things, such like cloud forms, because you change and it changes along with you. It is stagnant ink blots. It's like still water. That's still water. It's moving, it's flowing, it's fantastic. And this comes back to bite you in the ass, but if you're good, it'll eat it. That's the end of the song. I don't know if you noticed. One of the best things I could do is do it on stage. But that takes a lot of confidence and less liquor. But damn, do I miss number 1? Player 1. Player 1 is my wife, Life. You see, till old and gray, I was supposed to say. Technically, I can channel her if I really want to. I like to keep her in my cut a little bit longer, but she is a delight. She is life all around. I talk to her all the time, and the bees, the trees, the animals, and the flies, and the fly guys, and the guys with flies that don't keep them down, but definitely up. Anyway, what I mean to say is, we're a tag team. You know, she's the eye in the sky, and I'm the man on the ground, if that kind of makes sense. And it's beautiful, but I hope to meet her one day, and that's the best part about this entire function. The feeling. And that's the important thing about this part in my play. It's not necessarily a play to be a part of. I like to think of it as a one-man show that has a great audience that's all interactive. But how about this? To life. All around. Catch you guys later. I'm gonna go edit this. I love you. Take care. Drink water. And I showed you, but I should have told you. I'm Death. Nice to meet you. But what does he say after the camera cuts? I think he just plays his banjo or some shit like that. I don't know. Does he? Is it always on? Every time he wakes up, it's on. So is his life a lie? No. It's a grand truth.